Good afternoon, traders. This is Michael James with Uncharted Profits Daily. The market just closed, and we've got a fantastic new setup for you this afternoon. Today, this is on SBUX Corporation, symbol SBUX, SBUX, which today closed lower below the 10 and 20-day moving averages, which we like to see typically on bearish continuation setups right here. And SBUX also took out its failed breakout trend line here in this little dead cat bounce higher. You can trace the standout lows along this line. You can see that obviously SBUX closed below that line yesterday and then again today. But before we get into the specifics of why this is such a great bearish continuation setup, let's take a look at the S&P 500 ETF, or SPY, because there's something interesting going on there on the hourly candlesticks. Okay, so this is the SPY hourly chart. You can see here, this range right here is today's trading session. So from this candlestick right here, the 9:30 hourly candlestick, to the closing candlestick right there, which is the 3:30 or really the 4 o'clock candlestick. And today's stocks opened higher on some optimism before trading lower in response to a surprise Canadian rate hike. The Bank of Canada raised rates by 25 basis points, unexpectedly shocking the market. That sent yields higher, hurting tech stocks, and as we know, market breadth is very narrow right now, and tech controls the market. So with tech falling, that caused the S&P, or the SPY in this case, to fall. On a technical level, though, this did some important things, for bears at least, watching the SPY or the general market and bearish setups they may be looking at. So we have the high from today, which was at the open, relative to the high back here from June 5th on Monday. Now we have what looks like an obvious lower high, a bearish technical signal, in addition to a close below the 10 and 20 period moving averages. The 10 period moving average, 10-hour moving average right here in purple, and the 20 here in orange. When all of these things tend to happen, it tends to precede big bearish moves. However, because support is so close, we actually have it right here back from the Tuesday low on the 9:30 opening candlestick. On Tuesday, you can see today the SPY almost got to that level a few times, never did, ended up closing just above it. But if this level of support is taken out, traders can expect a big move lower from the index, as many stocks, in particular tech, lead the SPY lower. And one last thing before we get into SBUX here, I did want to remind you that the trading methodology we're going to be looking at here today with SBUX is the same methodology used to select our Uncharted Profits Daily trade alerts, which you can receive direct to your email inbox every night after the market closes. All you have to do is go to unchartedprofits.com/alerts, and you'll be greeted with this page. Click on this button right here, fill out your name, email, and phone number, and click Get Free Alerts Now, and you'll have an inbox alert waiting for you after the market closes, either tomorrow or the day after. So, okay, let's go back and look at SBUX here. We've got our trend line. SBUX closed below that line, below the 10-day moving average, and it is well buried beneath the 20-day moving average as well, which we love to see when looking at bearish continuation setups. But that's not all. In addition, we'd like to see the setting of a lower high. And of course, you can see that we have the high back here from Friday, May 19th. Actually, the high was back here on Thursday, May 18th, along this line here, relative to the high from right here back on Monday, June 5th, which is an obvious lower high. We also have a lower low going on. You can see the low of May 3rd right there, relative to the low of back here on June 1st. And so lower high, lower low, all bearish signals. But most importantly, though, we have the stochastic indicator at the bottom of the chart here reading at 49.89. I talked about this with my Procter & Gamble trade alert yesterday, but this is so important. When you're looking at continuation trades, in general, you want to see a higher stochastic indicator reading than many bears may be comfortable with. The reason being that support here is so close to the current price of the stock. So let's say this stock fell further. SBUX ended up taking out the lows the last two days, and you get in a bearish position. If it runs into this support here and the stochastic indicator goes in oversold territory, chances are it might bounce higher. And so by having a higher stochastic indicator reading, or only targeting continuations where the stochastic indicator is higher, you have a better chance of success, because SBUX now can plow into this support level without being in oversold territory, which is a reading less than 20. So that's why I like to see on my setups a reading greater than 40 for these bearish continuation setups. All right, now before we go, I do want to show you something that we're going to start rolling out to our UPD members, which is our proprietary TradingView UPD method indicator. You can see it here. I'm going to turn it on a setup we had back here on May 19th on SBUX, and it gave us an entry price of 104.26. So it looks at the market, it looks at all of our different methodology and our technical indicators that we use: lower highs, lower lows, crosses below key moving averages, stochastic indicator readings, price actions, support, all that kind of stuff. And it automatically selects and displays entry prices for new trades, both long and short, when they become available. So we had one right here on SBUX. Below this low here, SBUX was trading right on support. And the method told us that if it took out support, traded below support here with an entry price of 104.26, might be a good idea to take a bearish position on the stock. And as you can see, that was a fantastic idea, as SBUX hit that price and raced lower and is now approaching the profit target. And so in this case, with the current setup we have here, it's a continuation lower still, which is giving bears another onboarding point as SBUX continues to fall. Now again, like I said, if you'd like to get my Uncharted Profits Daily alerts sent to your email along with specific entry price recommendations and possibly this indicator as soon as we get this thing rolled out, just go to unchartedprofits.com/alerts right here, fill out this information. I send these out every day the markets are open with my #1 alert for the day. All right, thanks again for watching. Good trading.